So we're gonna start in a second. I might keep adding on people. So if I come closer to the computer, that's just because I need to keep on adding people. Otherwise, I invite you to start in a child's pose. So come on to a child's pose on your mat. And just allow yourself to relax. Now, if you're feeling a bit stiff and child's pose is not your favorite pose, you might want to do a wide-legged child's pose where your knees are apart. Another thing that's nice to do if you don't want to go all the way down is having a block close by, and then you can have your forehead on the block. If you feel like you need a little bit of support. So come into your child's pose, allow yourself to relax, closing your eyes, and just take a few deep breaths in this pose. And child's pose is a nice way to wind down, to arrive in your body. It already gives you a nice stretch for the back and the shoulders and the hips. You can let your head rest. Just take a few deep breaths in this pose, allowing the pose to really start working on your body. We want to take our time here. We want to allow our mind to settle. It's very easy to be busy and to think about the day ahead, but right now all you want to think about is your breath. So you're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Take a few more breaths here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then from here, we're going to start in a more active child pose. So we're going to inhale, we're going to draw our hands forward so that the elbows come off the floor, the head is still hanging. And then I invite you to take a deep breath in so that your shoulder blades stretch out. They're going to come to the side. You're opening up and exhale, release. Inhale again. Lift a little bit more forward with your fingers and exhale, release. Last one, inhale. And exhale, wander your hands over to the right side and stretch out the left side of your body. If you do not yet feel a stretch, you can place your left hand on top of the right to feel an even stronger stretch on the left side. You can take your hands off the mat. Just go as far as you need to feel a stretch in the left side. Let your head hang. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back. Exhale, going over to the left so that you can feel a stretch in the right outer side of the body. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back. Let your head again rest on the floor just for a moment longer. And then take a deep breath in and gently come up onto all fours. Good. And from here, if you can, keep your eyes still closed and just gently start to move your spine, your shoulders, your hip, your neck, in whichever way you feel comfortable. Do it slow, noticing where there's tension, where you need a little bit more time. Rolling it out, releasing. You can do also a classic cat and cow if you prefer it, where you look up and exhale, you rounding the spine, or you might keep stretching out the side body, the shoulders. This is really about waking up right now. Shouldn't be too intense, shouldn't be something that feels really forced. This is more an exploration of how is my back doing right now, how are my shoulders, how is my neck. Good. And from here, tuck under your toes and slowly come back into a seated position on your hips. If that feels uncomfortable, if your knees are hurting, you can also just come into a normal seated position, like a cross-legged position. Otherwise, bring your hands onto your shoulders and just take a deep breath in. We're just gonna roll out the shoulders. And use your breath wherever you inhale, you lift up, and exhale, you rolling it down. And again, you don't want to do something that is too forced. It's just very gentle to wake up the shoulders. Good. And then bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, and open the chest. Good. Now exhale, slowly bring your head down towards the floor. Bring your hands forward. Letting your arms sink forward as much as you can. Inhaling, slowly lifting. And from here, release. And from here, just bring your right arm over to the left, holding your left hand on the right upper arm, just drawing the arm to the side. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, drawing the left arm towards the right. Giving it a nice stretch. Let's do this again. Inhale. I know your toes will maybe start to feel a little bit more tense. Try to stay on your toes. If you really cannot handle it anymore, your feet can come down. Inhale, coming back, and exhale one more time. Good. And then from here, just swing out the arms, opening up. Yes, very nice. And then from here, you're also starting to make circles like that. And you can feel how there is space coming into your shoulders. Guys, I'm so sorry, I don't know, like they're doing, they're working on the road outside. I hope you don't hear that too much. Good, and going up. Again, if you still can stay on your toes, stay there. If it feels too much, just bring your toes down. We're gonna do one more stretch for our shoulders. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the right arm, and I'll show this to you first, and then I'll show it to you from the back, behind our head, and the left arm behind, and then, so normally what you would do is you would hold. You can do it if you're very flexible. What I prefer, my t-shirt is actually not really great for doing that right now, is holding the t-shirt. Because if you're holding onto your t-shirt rather than onto your hands, you're not pulling on the finger joints, and it's much easier to bring that elbow a little bit more back. Good. Keep drawing the right elbow back. Look up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Good. Exhale, release. And we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Drawing the left elbow back. Again, you can hold your t-shirt. If you want to hold your hands, that's fine. But I always advise to hold the t-shirt because there's just less pressure on the joints. Good. Exhale, release. Letting it go. And from here, come forward and tap out the toes. Good. Just give it a little wiggle. Good. Very nice. So don't worry, if you felt like, oh, this is quite intense, it is, but it's also a really great stretch for your toes. We want to work a little bit more on the shoulders. So we're gonna take a deep breath in. We're gonna bring the right arm up into the sky. Good. Roll out your right wrist, just rolling it out. Go the other way around. You might hear again a little cracking noise while you're doing. Stretch a little bit higher, like you want to touch the ceiling. And exhale, release, bring your right hand underneath your left shoulder, place your right shoulder and your hand on the floor, bring your left arm forward towards the front of your mat. Try to relax your shoulder here. Hips are above the knees. Just taking a few deep breaths. Try to relax your left shoulder as well as your right shoulder. Relaxing your upper back, sinking into this pose. This pose is helping to stretch the outside of your right shoulder. It lengthens the whole left side of the body. It gives your upper back a little twist. Try to relax your neck and your face. If you like, close your eyes. There's also a second version which you can do. This is an optional version where you bring your left hand behind your back onto your right thigh, or if that is too far, you can just leave it on your lower back. If you do the second version, you might want to roll the left shoulder a little bit more towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable. Again, see which version gives you more of a stretch, which one helps you more right now. Okay, just a few more deep breaths. Let's take one deep breath together. We're going to inhale, we're going to breathe in through the nose. We hold it here and exhale out from the mouth. Good. And from here, bring your left hand back and very gently come up back onto all fours. See what feels right for your shoulders to do. Maybe you want to roll it out again. Just releasing a little bit. Quite a deep stretch. And then once you're done with that, we're going to bring the left arm up. And again, we're going to roll out the hand. We're going to roll out the wrist. Good. And see if you can reach just a little bit higher, stretching the side body. And exhale, draw your left hand underneath your right shoulder. Place your left shoulder and your hand on the floor. Extending your right hand forward. Keep your hips again above the knees. So it's not child's pose. And relax your upper back. If you're not sure how to relax your body in this posture, take those deep breaths in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. You will notice that your body automatically starts to relax. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it for a moment. Exhale, release. Might notice that your left shoulder starts to relax much more. Inhale again. Exhale. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale. Again, if you feel like you want to do the second version, you can just bring your right hand behind your back onto your left thigh or your lower back, whichever one you can reach. It is not necessary to do it. You can also stay in the first one. I don't know, for me at the moment, I prefer the first version. For some reason, it just feels more stretchy. But then I have times where I like the second version much more. That's why I always offer both. So they're not better or worse, they're just different poses. Take out a few breaths here. Good, and then from here, slowly bring your right hand back very gently, coming back up onto all fours, taking your time to do so. Again, just rolling it out, letting your head relax. Good, and then from here, we're slowly tucking under the toes, and we're coming up into the first downward facing dog. And because it's the first dog of this morning, I invite you to keep your knees bent and just wiggle a little bit back and forth. So to stretch out your back, lengthening your upper body, let your head relax. Notice how when you're bending the knees a little bit deeper, how your back is starting to lengthen. There's a nice stretch in the upper part of your back. And then inhale, slowly come forward into a plank. Just arriving in your plank. Exhale, slowly lowering your belly down to the floor. Inhale, coming up into a gentle cobra. We're really not going too high just yet. We're just gonna lift the chest forward. So rather than trying to lift your spine upwards, you just want to draw your chest forward. Rolling the shoulders back, relaxing your lower back. You might want to wiggle your hips a little bit. Draw your chest forward, relaxing the back. And then bring your hands a little bit off the floor. Keep drawing your shoulders back. We're just starting to strengthen the lower back. And then lift your legs off the floor as well. See if you can reach a little bit higher. You don't have to go too deep just yet. This is the first time we're doing this pose. Exhale, we're slowly releasing and coming back into a child's pose. So this is a counter pose to this little back bend we just had on the belly. Again, just give yourself a moment to relax into this shape. Good. In and slowly coming up, tucking your toes under, come back into downward facing dog. Give yourself some more time to walk out that dog. Stretching out, releasing, lengthening here. Lengthening the spine, letting your head relax. Guys, I'm really sorry if you hear that noise. This is really coming from the street. I don't know. I hope you're not hearing it too much. And from here, inhale, rounding forward into a plank. And again, just walk up that plank a little bit. This is still about waking the legs, waking the body up. Good. Exhale, slowly lowering down to the floor. Inhale, coming again into cobra. This is again more about lengthening forward rather than upwards. We're going to lift the feet off the floor. We're going to take the hands off the floor. We take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're lengthening the arms forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifting, lifting. Bring your feet a little bit higher. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly pushing back again into your child's pose. Relaxing your whole hand on the floor. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back up onto all fours, tucking under the toes and pushing back into your downward facing dog again. You might start to feel that this downward facing dog is starting to get a little bit softer. So I'm not saying it's already super comfortable because it's still morning, but you might notice like, oh, okay, like there is a little bit of an expansion happening in my body. And then from here, you're just gonna lift your left leg up. And you're going to swing the left leg up and down. Just up and down. Keep your foot flat. We just want to give a little bit of space into the hip. Want to strengthen the back of our legs. Swing it just a few more times. Try to swing it higher up. Good. And now from here, lifting it up and exhale, bring your left knee to your nose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Good. Just give yourself a moment to stretch out your hip. Good. You might feel your left hip being quite tense, so maybe this doesn't feel like a big deal at all. Keep breathing deeply, opening up the body. You might feel a little bit of warmth coming in. I always feel like when I stretch, there's this like expression of heat going through my body. Good, now keep your left hand on the floor. Inhale, draw your right arm up into the sky. Lifting it up. Exhale, extend your right arm forward towards the front of the room. Inhale, lifting it back up. Exhale, draw it back towards the left foot. Inhale, lifting it back up. Exhale, bringing your hands down, bringing your left knee onto the floor. Inhale, draw your arms up. Good. If you like, you can already come into a little back bend, but it's morning, so you might still feel a bit stiff, so you can also just stay straight. Whichever version you prefer, so you can have your knees in this 90-degree angle, or you can sink a little bit deeper. Bring your hands behind your head. Look up towards the ceiling, open the chest, drawing the hips open as well. Exhale, now round your back, drawing the elbows together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, drawing the elbows together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding one more time. Really draw the head towards the chest. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Lengthen the left leg and lean gently over that left leg. You don't have to go too deep. It's just a wake up for the front leg. Sorry, for the right leg, not the left. Good. Feeling into that stretch. You can also see what happens if you wiggle your feet. So if you bring your toes forward or if you draw them more back. Inhale, coming again up, drawing your arms again over your head. Exhale, bring the hands down. One more time, leaning over your right leg. Just gently waking it up. Now draw your chest a bit more forward if you can. Looking towards the front of your room. Good. Inhale, coming one more time up. Exhale, bring your hands in front of the heart. Twist towards your right side. Bring your left upper arm on top of that right thigh and come into a twist. Deep breaths here. Feeling that twist in your spine. Letting yourself arrive in this pose. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Draw your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down and push back into your downward facing dog. And just give yourself a moment to arrive again in your dog. Good. Inhale, come back forward into your plank. Exhale, lowering your belly down to the floor. This time, bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, coming up into a bound arm cobra. And again, we've been doing this the past classes, like start to wiggle your arms up and down. And then you can also start to wiggle your upper body up and down. See if there's a little bit more movement coming into your spine, into your shoulders. And then we're starting with a one-legged row. So just bring your right leg towards your hand. Hold your right leg with your right hand. Bring your left arm forward and lift both left hand and left leg and right arm and right leg off the floor. Very nice. Hold it here just a little bit longer. Good. Exhale, release, and we're just going to change. So we're going to bring the left foot towards the left hand, and again, lifting up. So this is one-sided bow. We're going to do the both-sided bow, or that full bow, in a later part of the class. Good. Exhale, release. From here, slowly push back over your knees, back into downward facing dog. Good. Now lift your left leg off the floor And again, start to swing that left leg up and down. Creating space in the hip joints, strengthening the legs and the back. Keep going. Good, just a few more. We're almost done. Good, and now slowly exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, step your left foot in between the hands. And again, coming into this stretch. Feeling the opening of your right hip. You might want to wiggle a little bit. You might want to draw your chest more forward. This is a little bit up to you. In this kind of stretches, every movement you make will have an effect on how you stretch. Whether you're drawing your chest up, whether you wiggle, whether you bring your knees higher or less high, that always has an effect on how the stretch will kind of like embody itself. Good, and then keep your right on the floor. Inhale, draw your left arm up into the sky. Looking up, really try to twist your whole upper body upwards. Exhale, extending the arm forward. Good, very nice. Imagine you want to reach forward, so you're stretching even more. Inhale, drawing the left arm back up. Exhale, extending and get forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, draw your left hand backwards towards the left foot. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Bringing your right knee onto the floor, relax your feet, and inhale, coming up. Good. Again, you can either sink deep into that stretch into your hips. Again, drawing back into a back bend. If that's too intense, just stay straight and just open your chest like this. Both versions, again, are completely fine. They're just a bit different and they have a different effect on your system. And you always have to decide what is right for you today. Okay, now bring your hands behind your head. Come a little bit more back if you are in a deep stretch. Draw your chest forward, your elbows come apart. Exhale, rounding your upper body, bring the elbows together. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, sink a little bit deeper again. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Now lean over your left leg. You can take the toes off your left foot off the floor. You can place them down onto the floor. Again, the stretch will be different whether your toes are down or up. Breathe into that stretch. Allow your body to arrive in that stretch. Inhale, coming back up. Draw your arms again up. Exhale, coming one more time down into your stretch. Letting your head relax. Try to breathe as deeply as you can. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, slowly come back into this 90-degree angle. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Twist towards the left side. Bring your right upper arm on top of the thigh. And come into a twist, looking up towards the ceiling. If you can, if that feels too intense for your neck, look straight ahead into the front of the room. Feeling the stretch. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, which is always optional, you can close your eyes So if your eyes are closed, you might find that balancing is a little bit more challenging. Still fun, but just a little bit more challenging. Good. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step one more time back into your downward facing dog. From here, come one more time back into your plank. Exhale, slowly lowering down to the floor. And here you have two options. You can either come into normal cobra, just in the shape that feels right for you. Or if you feel like, no, I want to go into full bow, like, you know, we did the half bow before. If you want to go into full bow by holding both feet with both hands, then you come into bow. Again, if you like, close your eyes for a moment, just to feel that lift, that stretch in the front of your body, that back bend, the stretch in the front of your thighs and your knees. I'm gonna hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're slowly releasing. And from here, we're just pushing back into one more downward facing dog. Notice how this dog has changed since the beginning of the class. Maybe it feels a lot easier, maybe it just feels like slightly changed, but hopefully you feel that there's more space in your body. It's easier to be in your shape. Again, you can still have your knees back if that feels better for your back. And then from here, just walk your feet in between your hands, coming into a forward fold, letting your head hang. Swing a little bit from side to side. Good, and then from here, bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers and let your shoulders draw forward again. Again, if you feel that this is intense, just wiggle a little bit with your upper body. Good, exhale, slowly relax. And from here, inhale, slowly, slowly, starting to come up into a standing position. Bring your arms over your head. Keep your feet a little bit apart. Exhale, draw your arms towards the left side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, drawing them towards the right. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling down. Good, and then come into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. Again, close your eyes. This might feel like it's not a real pose because we're not doing much. This isn't a real pose. Like, feel your core active, your knees are active, your hands are active, your shoulders are relaxed. I am strong. I am grounded. I am present. And then from here, take a deep breath in, lift your arms up, bring your feet a bit apart, exhale, sinking your knees into a chair pose. Come a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, slowly lowering down. Bring your legs forward into a boat. Draw your shoulders back, draw your back upwards. And to bring your feet onto the floor, slowly start to lower down onto the floor. Good. Bringing your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug, rolling your back from side to side. And just to relax the spine again and relax the hips one more time. We're going to bring the feet on either side of our mat. I don't know, I just really love closing my classes with this pose. And then you bring your knees towards the left side, you're drawing your arms to the side in a cactus shape. Make sure your feet really stay a leg width apart. That's kind of like where the stretch happens in your right side. Let your neck relax, letting the knees sink towards the floor. Slowly relaxing. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhale, moving towards the other side. Feeling that gentle stretch on your left outer side. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back. From here, you can slowly start to relax into your Shavasana. If you need something underneath your knees, maybe have like a little pillow underneath the knees. You can have the arms to the side. So as I said, this is going to be a little bit of a longer Shavasana. It's going to be a guided version of Shavasana. So allow your eyes to close and just take a deep breath in and out. Allowing yourself to relax, breathing in and out. You can feel your body sinking into the mat. You can feel that there is more energy flowing through your body. Now that you're stretched, that you open up, that you twist it and you bend. You can feel your body and your mind preparing for the day ahead. You can feel that this day is filled with opportunity, with beautiful moments all over the day. You're starting to connect again to the breath. You can feel your breath drawing in and out. And you notice how you're starting to relax the top of your head, the forehead, the eyebrows. You're relaxing the eyes and the temple. You're relaxing the cheeks, the lips, the nose, the jaw and the chin. You're relaxing the back of your head and your ears. You can feel your whole face softening. There's a gentle smile coming into the corner of your mouth. You're relaxing your throat and your neck. You're relaxing the muscles coming from the neck into the shoulders. You're relaxing the shoulder blades, the top of your shoulders. You're relaxing your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists and your hands. Your arms are now completely relaxed. You keep breathing deeply. You start to relax your upper back. Relax the middle back and the waist. And you're relaxing your lower back and the bottom. Your whole back is now gently pressing into the floor. You're starting to relax your chest and your belly. And you notice how your whole upper body is completely relaxed. You're starting to relax your hip a little bit more. You're relaxing your thighs, the knees, the shins and the calves. You're relaxing the ankles, the heels, the feet and the toes. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. You're looking towards the day ahead. Your day is good. Your day will be filled with moments of present moment awareness. You can feel beauty all around you. Gratitude for the beautiful sunshine that kisses your skin. This is going to be a wonderful day. This is going to be a very good day. And then you're slowly starting to feel back into your body. You become aware of the ground beneath you. You're slowly starting to move your toes and your fingers, rolling your head from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, you're taking a deep breath in, you bring the arms over your head, you give yourself a nice long stretch. Exhale, you bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug. And from here, whenever you're ready, roll over to your favorite side and come back into a seated position, taking your time. And we're closing today's class with one deep Om. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling out. And inhaling for Om. Om. And from here, bring your hands in front of the heart. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you all so much for joining today. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for practicing.
Thank you, Christina.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.
Bye.